Do you often feel sluggish and heavy in the morning, even after a full night's sleep? The culprit might not be your sleep, but what was on your dinner plate last night. Think of your kidneys as your body's sophisticated filtering system. After age 60, this filter becomes more sensitive and needs to rest and be maintained, especially at night. However, many common dinner foods can unknowingly force this filter to work overtime, causing a waste product called creatinine to get trapped and build up in your blood. When creatinine levels rise, it's a sign that your kidneys are tired and struggling. And here's what's most important. It's not just about what you eat, but when you eat it. A food that's perfectly fine for lunch can become a heavy burden on your kidneys at dinner. So, if you often experience swollen legs or unexplained fatigue, it might be time to reconsider your evening eating habits. Today, we're going to count down the 10 worst foods for seniors to avoid after dinner if they want to protect their kidneys and lower creatinine naturally. And be sure to stay until the end, because the number one food is shockingly common, and you may have just eaten it last night. Now, before we begin, do you find this topic helpful and important? If so, please help me out by commenting the number one down below. This lets me know that you're ready to listen and learn with me. If you don't find it necessary, just leave a 0. Thank you so much. Now, let's get right into the main content. Number 10. Dried fruit. Dried fruits like raisins, prunes, or dried apricots are often seen as a healthy snack. However, for those with kidney concerns, they are a poor choice for an evening snack. The drying process removes water, which makes the sugar and minerals inside the fruit highly concentrated. Specifically, dried fruit contains a very high amount of potassium. For example, just a few prunes can contain a significant amount of it. As we've discussed, your kidneys' ability to filter potassium slows down at night. Consuming a large amount of potassium before bed can cause a sudden spike in your blood levels, leading to dangerous heart rhythm problems. The concentrated sugar in dried fruit can also raise your blood sugar, adding another burden to your kidneys. If you want fruit, choose a small amount of fresh, low-potassium fruit like an apple or berries earlier in the day. Number 9. Beans, lentils, and other legumes. We're starting with a group of foods that many of us believe are extremely healthy. Beans, lentils, and other legumes. And it's true, they are very nutritious, but the critical issue lies in when we eat them. These legumes contain a very high concentration of two minerals, potassium and phosphorus. When night falls and your kidneys begin their rest cycle, they can't efficiently process this abundance of minerals. The excess minerals that aren't filtered out in time will build up in your bloodstream, and this is where the problem becomes serious. High potassium levels can cause heart rhythm problems, while excess phosphorus silently damages your bones and blood vessels. This is a classic case of right food, wrong time. So, while beans are an excellent source of protein and fiber, save them for lunch. Simply moving this meal to an earlier time of day will help reduce a huge burden on your kidneys at night. Number 8. Cheese and creamy sauces. Next is a food group that brings a sense of richness and satisfaction to a meal. Cheese and creamy sauces. Their appeal is undeniable, but for seniors needing to control creatinine, they pose a hidden danger. This danger lies in a triple burden for your kidneys: saturated fat, phosphorus, and salt. When you eat them at night, you're placing this entire load on your kidneys at their weakest moment. Not only that, but thick, creamy sauces are often difficult to digest, forcing both your digestive system and your kidneys to work hard late into the night. This not only disrupts your precious sleep, but is also a direct cause of swelling and higher creatinine levels the next morning. So, to protect your kidneys and get a good night's sleep, set aside these rich, fatty dishes after dinner. Instead, opt for lighter, leaner meals like steamed vegetables or a small portion of whole grains. I'm very curious, what's a light and healthy dinner that you usually enjoy? Please share your meal idea in the comments below. It's a great way for us all to learn and get more ideas for our evening meals. And if you find this kind of information truly helpful, don't hesitate to hit the like button to support the channel. Also, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the rest of our list. and other important health videos. Number 7. Alcohol. Alcohol can be a familiar way to relax in the evening, but it's a silent enemy to your kidneys, especially for seniors. Alcohol has a diuretic effect, causing you to urinate more and leading to dehydration. When the body is dehydrated, creatinine levels in the blood can artificially increase, while also putting more pressure on the kidneys to filter blood with less fluid. Drinking alcohol at night also disrupts your deep sleep cycle, which is a critical time for the body and its organs, including the kidneys, to repair and recover. Poor quality sleep slows down this process, leaving your kidneys more fatigued the next day. Furthermore, the liver has to work hard to metabolize alcohol, creating toxic byproducts that the kidneys then have to filter out. Instead of a glass of wine, try a warm cup of chamomile tea or water with a few lemon slices. This choice not only helps you relax, but also supports kidney function instead of harming it. Number 6. Sodas and sugary drinks. A cold can of soda or a glass of packaged fruit juice after dinner might seem harmless, but they are a sugar trap for your kidney health. These drinks contain an extremely high amount of fructose, often in the form of high fructose corn syrup. Research has shown that high fructose consumption can increase uric acid, leading to a risk of gout and causing kidney damage. Furthermore, many sodas, especially colas, contain phosphoric acid, used to create a tangy flavor. This excess phosphorus is very difficult for weakening kidneys to filter out, especially at night. Over time, high phosphorus levels can harm your bones and increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. Drinking these beverages in the evening causes your blood sugar to spike, putting stress on your kidneys when they need to rest. Replace them with water or unsweetened herbal tea to keep your body hydrated and safely protect your kidneys. Number 5. Ice cream and sugary desserts. At number 5, we have a very common and hard to resist habit: ice cream and sugary desserts. It's tough to turn down a cool bowl of ice cream or a slice of cake after dinner. However, behind that sweetness lies a potential danger quietly unfolding. When you eat these items, your blood sugar spikes. This wave of sugar attacks and damages the tiny, delicate blood vessels inside your kidneys. Over time, this damage accumulates, gradually weakening kidney function and making it increasingly difficult to excrete creatinine. But the problem doesn't stop with sugar. With ice cream in particular, we also face a second enemy: phosphorus. This is a mineral that, when the kidneys are weak, they cannot filter out effectively. The buildup of phosphorus in the blood can weaken bones and harm your cardiovascular health. Thus, a seemingly harmless dessert becomes a 1-2 punch to your health at the very time your body needs to rest most. If you're really craving something sweet, try a small amount of fresh fruit earlier in the evening. Giving up sugary desserts after dinner is a small act that makes a huge protective difference for your kidneys in the long run. Number 4. Pickles and fermented vegetables. The number 4 spot on our list is pickles and fermented vegetables. While they have certain probiotic benefits, the real danger when eaten in the evening comes from the extremely high sodium, salt content they contain. When you ingest a large amount of salt right before bed, you're setting off a chain reaction. First, the body will automatically retain water to dilute this salt, increasing blood volume and putting direct pressure on your kidneys' filters. More importantly, this happens at the exact time your kidneys need to rest most. Our kidney function naturally slows down at night to recover. This sudden salt load breaks that rest cycle, forcing them back to work to handle the burden. The immediate consequence you might feel is swelling and high blood pressure the next morning. In the long term, this habit will lead to a rise in creatinine and accelerate the decline of kidney function. So the advice is simple: move your consumption of these foods to the daytime and keep your dinner light and low in salt. That's the best way to optimize your kidney health. Number 3. Processed meats like sausages and bacon. Next, at number 3, we'll talk about a very convenient and tasty food group that is one of the worst choices after dinner: processed meats like sausages and bacon. Behind their appealing flavor and convenience is a cocktail of substances that are not kidney friendly. They are full of preservatives, additives, and especially an extremely high salt content, turning them into a huge processing burden for your body. But that's not all. These meats also contain high levels of compounds called purines. When they enter the body, purines are converted into uric acid, another waste product that your kidneys have to work hard to filter out. And when you eat them at night, you are forcing your kidneys to simultaneously process both salt and uric acid at the exact time they need to rest. The result is that inflammation in the body can increase, blood pressure can rise, and of course your creatinine levels will become harder and harder to control. So, instead of choosing these for dinner, prioritize clean and easily digestible proteins like boiled chicken breast, steamed fish, or plant-based options. And it's best to eat them earlier in the day. Number 2, red meat and beef dishes. The runner-up on our list at number 2 is a hearty meal that many people love: red meat and dishes made from beef. The irony is that the very source of rich protein that gives red meat its value is also the biggest burden for a senior's kidneys. The reason is that protein is the direct precursor to creatinine, the very waste product we are trying to control. When you enjoy a large red meat meal in the evening, you're forcing your kidneys to work a grueling night shift. Instead of getting to rest and recover, they have to operate at full capacity to filter out the enormous amount of waste products created. This constant pressure not only leads to a long-term rise in creatinine, but also directly accelerates the decline of kidney function. So, save these hearty meals for lunchtime. In the evening, prioritize more easily digestible proteins, like fish or a moderate amount of poultry, to best protect your kidneys. Number 1, instant noodles and packaged soups. And finally, we arrive at the number 1 spot. This is the most dangerous food on the list, an extremely popular choice for a quick dinner. But it is the absolute worst enemy of your kidneys after age 60. Instant noodles and packaged soups. The reason it tops the list isn't just one factor, but because it's a perfect storm of harmful ingredients wrapped in the guise of convenience. They contain a massive amount of sodium, salt, along with countless artificial flavors and preservatives. To put it in perspective, a single packet of instant noodles can contain more than double the amount of salt your body should have in an entire day. When you load this salt bomb into your body in the evening, you are creating the worst-case scenario for your kidneys. Your body will suddenly retain water, causing blood pressure to skyrocket, and forcing your kidneys to work to the point of exhaustion to handle the load. This directly prevents creatinine levels from dropping and gradually erodes your kidney function over time. Many of us turn to them for convenience, but it's a convenience that comes at a steep price paid with your own health. Instead, return to the basic and healthier options: a bowl of homemade soup with fresh vegetables and natural low-salt spices. That is the care your kidneys truly deserve. Always remember, your kidneys are your body's most precious biological filter. And just like any filter that has worked tirelessly for over 60 years, they become incredibly sensitive. Eating the wrong foods at night is like pouring sludge into a filter that desperately needs to be cleaned. It will cause an overload, raise your creatinine, and lead to silent damage that you might not notice at first. That's why changing your dinner habits is not just a piece of advice, but a proactive and intelligent act of self-protection. Avoiding the 10 food groups we've discussed today is one of the most powerful steps you can take to lighten their load. You'd be surprised to find that just by making this small change, many people have felt lighter, slept more deeply, and seen their lab results improve significantly. Of course, every body is unique, so before making any major changes to your diet, it is essential to consult with your doctor to get advice that is best suited for your specific condition. Your kidneys may not complain loudly, but they are working non-stop for you every single day. They absolutely deserve your full attention and the best care you can give. Stay safe, listen to your body, and keep taking steps toward better health.